I've created a series about some of the most talked about marketing trends for 2023. As a content creator myself, I wanted to discuss with guests the impact this will have on the market. Have a listen to the conversation and see if you agree with us or not. Hello. So Kenga, what are your thoughts on the hybrid/remote work situation?
I love it.
You love it?
I do love it. I do love remote work, and I do offer it in my team, especially if I have more people from all over the world right now.
Oh yeah.
I also have one person from Philippines. So, well, it has to be remote. But I do think that now is time where companies have to put it in some kind of framework. It's no longer just, okay, it's pandemic, we have to work from home, and we have to work from home.
Yeah.
Now we need to create this set of guidelines. I'm not saying strict guidelines, something that, you need to log in here and here. No, it's still should be based on trust and how you all navigate to the same direction, on the same page and so on. It's all on trust in the workplaces. And this approach has never really let me down as employer and employee in the past. But it has to be changed. So now it's finally time. Some companies already started in 2021, 2022. But now if you want to stay as a company that's growing and introducing or still keeping its remote work, it has to be somehow structured. So you need to have a set of tools. You need to have this set of guidelines. You need to have some kind of knowledge base for your company. In my opinion, we would honestly die without our knowledge base. So where we have all resources and so all guidelines, brand values, this kind of things we have in one centralized knowledge base. But also things like tools for meetings, tools for if someone uses it, we don't, for tracking time, for project management. You need to have your set of tools that you have tested with your team, not just you as a CEO.
But it has to work across the board.
You have to work on the entire workflow, but that's the thing with your team. It's not it's just your decision as a manager. It's your team's decision if they like it, because if they don't, they just won't use the tools. Exactly. We tested a few tools, and I thought it was going to be amazing, and it was amazing for a day, and then no one wanted to use it. So obviously it made no sense for us to.
May I ask which tool that is?
Oh, there was some I'm not going to obviously say names, but there were some tools you can build this virtual office. You can be walking from one office to another.
It did not work.
It did not work. It was cool for a day. It had this option to build its own
mix, but it wasn't really.
It was a cool thing. It was a nice thing, really. But it just didn't work. People didn't want to log in there. Was that all?
Okay, it was cumbersome. It was not ideal.
Yeah, and so obviously you have some tools that you need on a daily basis, and some tools that are just nice to have. For example, we have one tool where we give each other points.
Oh, cool.
And then you can exchange them for some prize. I know, Amazon card.
So it's a little incentive program that's it's so passive that it's almost built into your.
Yeah, it's just kind of, okay, you did a great job, or you helped me with this, so people give each other points, not for nothing, it's always for some kind of.
So it's a way to give gratitude and thanks without having to say thanks. It's by the way, I actually appreciate your work.
Yep.
Here's a point, here's a gold star.
And that is super important in remote work, where you can't see each other, where you can hear each other, show gratitude, give feedback, good feedback, constructive feedback.
Yeah.
There's nothing better in workplace for your growth than constructive feedback, not something that's, I think so, or it seems to me no. It's you have data, you have your emotions as well.
You have to appreciate your team. You have to appreciate the people that you work with and people that working underneath and for you. When you feel appreciated, you're going to perform so much better. And it is proven that if a team member or an employee is appreciated, they are going to perform 60 or 70% more than an employee who is a remote worker, who is never being praised, who is never being acknowledged for all of the work that they do. Mm-hmm. And if you try and diminish that, they will eventually leave. So what employers in the past 2 years have found out, that it became an employee market, because Why would they stay at an employer when they are consistently showing? I have some friends of mine that have left their previous company because they were never being shown the appreciation they, thought, hey, I've actually done a lot of work here. So they moved on to the company and said, it's an absolute game changer. I'm appreciated every single day. They value my ideas, and everything that we do is actually working together as a team. So when you are remote working, or sometimes in the office, sometimes not, and if you're obviously just in your case at different continents, it really helps that you get just those little passive, hey, well done, we really appreciate what you've done. And it plays into that whole people having burnouts a lot.
Yeah, and that's
especially through that pandemic.
Yeah. So now it's the time for companies to redefine it. It's not about thanking someone every single minute or every 5 minutes. It's just small things.
Curious to find out what's coming up? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with these bell notifications enabled to be alerted the minute the next episode in the series drops. In that case, have a good one.